Welcome to the channel and welcome to Vanity Fair, the website that has really poorly formatted websites. Ben Affleck will return as Batman in The Flash. That's what it says above here. It's dead center, but then off center is the article. So hey, look, what do you think? I mean, let's dive into it. Let's take a second. Ben Affleck is coming back as the Batman in The Flash. Now, this is allegedly, this is legit. This is confirmed. This is actually in an interview with Andy Muschietti, Vanity Fair. It's confirmed. It's done. So it's not rumor. This is 100% legit. I'll say from the off, I am genuinely really surprised by this. We heard rumors that he was going to be reprising the role for a TV series. I didn't think that was likely. Specifically, I heard rumors that they were doing like some sort of like DC Universe series and there'd be cameos here and there. But I think that this is potentially where the rumors have been coming from. That they're, that he's returning basically. I think that's, I mean, I could be wrong. I don't know. But I'm really surprised. I'm genuinely really surprised to hear this. But he's not really doing much else. So I guess it's kind of a no-brainer. But it's fascinating. And it really tells a picture of old Warner Brothers, new Warner Brothers. AT&T and old Warner Brothers. And the internal struggle at large. Like, without a shadow of a doubt. Old Warner Brothers, piss off Ben Affleck. Go away, Zack Snyder. That's what they said. That's what they were treating him like dirt for. They got rid of them all. And then boom. Now, Ben Affleck's back. Zack Snyder's releasing his Snyder Cut. It's fascinating. So let's dive into this article, right? And this, I think that this could be a send-off. And I'll get into why in a second. But I think this could be a send-off for Ben Affleck. Like a proper send-off for his iteration of Batman. And I'll explain why. So Batman Forever strives for a chance to set things right. That may finally happen with Ben Affleck's version of the crime fighter. So the Argo director's brooding Dark Knight is coming back for one more movie, with Affleck agreeing to return as Bruce Wayne in the upcoming big screen version of The Flash, Vanity Fair has learned. Now, portrayals of Batman has always, ignited furious debate, blah, 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 blah. Now, apparently this does not disrupt the Batman film, starring Robert Pattinson, who remains the future of the franchise. Now that's really important. So anyone getting their hopes up, I genuinely think this is a send-off. I think what they're doing is they're getting everyone in here, right? Because we still had rumours that Michael Keaton was coming back. They're getting Batman and different iterations to come in, and then I reckon what they're going to do is do like a reboot of the universe, but say goodbye to characters and actors that are not going to be continuing. So that's what it sounds like to me anyway. So it continues further and says the Flash movie, which is planned for release in summer 2022, will feature fast moving hyperhero Barry Allen, played by Ezra Miller, breaking the bonds of physics to crash into various parallel dimensions where he'll encounter slightly different versions of DC's classic heroes. It's an adaptation of DC's 2011 Flashpoint series of comic book crossovers, directed by Andy Muschietti, the filmmaker behind the recent adaptations of Stephen King's It and It Chapter 2. Now this is what he said specifically. So his Batman has a dichotomy that is very strong, which is his masculinity because of the way he looks and the imposing figure that he has and his jawline. But he's also very vulnerable, Muschietti said in an interview with Vanity Fair. He knows how to deliver from the inside out that vulnerability. He just needs a story that allows him to bring that contrast, that balance. And apparently Affleck got the script at the end of last week and agreed this week to join the project. This is brand new. He's a very substantial part of the emotional impact of the movie. The interaction and relationship between Barry and Affleck's Wayne will bring an emotional level that we haven't seen before. It's Barry's movie, it's Barry's story, but their characters are more related than we think. They both lost their mothers to murder, and that's one of the emotional vessels of the movie. That's where the Affleck Batman kicks in. Interesting. Hopefully we don't get another Martha or some stupid dumb version of that, but whatever. I'm glad to be collaborating with someone who has been on both sides of the camera too. Muschietti said he understands. So Affleck won't be the only Batman making a comeback, because a few more of the alternate dimension heroes who turn up in the Flash movie will be figures that we've seen before. Michael Keaton's Batman is confirmed. Andy Muschietti says this here by saying that Michael Keaton's Batman from Tim Burton films will have a substantial part. So that's 100% clean cut and confirmed. So again, this is where I'm thinking that they're saying goodbye to older iterations, starting a new universe, pushing ahead like that. That's what I reckon they're doing with this. There's another reason the Flash needed the character affectionately known as Batfleck. In DC's movie universe, Affleck's grey-templed Bruce Wayne is the one Ezra's Flash would consider the original Batman, the one he has already fought alongside in the previous Zack Snyder films. Muschietti said it wouldn't work as well for him to venture into the company of other Batmen without having Affleck as the starting point. He's the baseline. He's part of that unaltered state before we jump into Barry's adventure. There's a familiarity there. So it sounds like he doesn't go on this ride with him. It sounds like quite a small part, to be honest. Like quite a small part. Sounds like he's going to be there at the start, maybe there at the end, but a different one at the end. Maybe a new person at the end. Maybe. I still think this is a saying goodbye. DC still has still other motivations for exploring the story. Batman is too valuable a character to leave fallow for long, and new actors will forever be stepping into the role. By threading the concept of a multiverse into its DC storyline, Warner Brothers is attempting to create a way for all the competing factions of its fandom to coexist together. So unlike the Marvel Cinematic Universe or Star Wars, blah blah blah, there's nothing else too interesting here. Now Muschietti does go on to say that this movie is a bit of a hinge in the sense that it presents a story that implies a unified universe where all the cinematic iterations that we've seen before are valid. It's inclusive in the sense that it's saying all that you've seen exists and everything that you will see exists in the same unified multiverse. So that means Joker is part of this universe. That means Robert Pattinson is part of this universe. That definitely means that everything could cross over, which is fascinating. Really, really fascinating. So there you go. Not much else really here in terms of what else was revealed. Barbara Muschietti did reveal some bits and bobs. So she says that we're all human and go through great times in our lives and terrible times in our lives. Right now he's in a place where he can actually enjoy being Batman. Plus, he doesn't have to carry the entire movie. It's a pivotal role, but at the same time, it's a fun part. So again, that's to do with working with Ben Affleck. Or the role that he's going to have. I think it was more about a difficult time in his life when we approached him. He's now in a very different time in his life, and he was very open to it, which is a bit of a surprise to us. It was a question mark, so it looks like they've approached him many times. There you go. Not much else to reveal. Ben Affleck is back. What do you think? Good news or bad news? Love to hear your thoughts. Let me know down below in the comments. If you're new here, please do hit subscribe. Stay up to date on the world of pop culture movie news by hitting the bell notification icon. Thank you so much. Take care.